Hey guys, it's Hannah and welcome back to Skyrim. Just to refresh everyone's memory, if you haven't seen the previous episode, it was basically just creating our character, escaping Helgen, getting kind of the laydown of the story, and we arrived at Riverwood. And right off Sister Gerder asked me to take word to the Jarl of Whiterun of the dragon attack in Helgen and ask the Jarl to send soldiers to protect Riverwood. So that is what. Let's have a look at Henry, our little character here. I think we're going to stick with our axe for now and heavy armor, but that could change as things progress. We'll just have to wait and see. I need to set my timer because I don't want to go too long. There we go. Some sort of Dwemer constructed face. Here we go. I always forget when I start a new Skyrim game, like the lower health isn't an issue because you're not taking as much damage because the enemies aren't as high a level, but the low stamina really gets me. And I think if we're going to be a combination of like heavy armor and heavy like two-handed weapons, we'll need our stamina, but also for carry weight if we do decide to go sneaky in the future. Poor Henry. He's out of breath. Oh! You want to attack? Then I attack. He had gold on him. Not a lot, but at this early stage of the game, anything is better than nothing. This path, for some reason, is, I think, one of the worst graphics in Skyrim. Like, these stones, to me, don't work at all. Little tower come. I want to go in there and see who inhabits that lovely dwelling. I'm glad we're a Khajiit with a fur coat. It's getting chilly. That got bad fast. As I said in the last episode, I am playing with some mods on the game, but they're all like graphics, so like different weathers and like a high res map and stuff like that, but nothing actually that...
Close enough.
What if I take one step forward?
Now ain't this a surprise?
Nothing that will actually change the gameplay. Of course it is Skyrim Special Edition, so we have the 3 DLCs.
I think you're bleeding.
Which I would like to do. I have not completed the Dragonborn DLC since it came out, and I don't really remember it. I think I got annoyed with it at one point and then just like rushed the end of it, and I certainly don't remember all of it. And the Dawnguard I have started about 3 times but never finished for either side. So, and then is it Hearthfire, the home building DLC? It is something I have done. I have built all the houses to completion, but it's not really good watching for you guys. I about every combination of house that you can build, and I don't think any of them kind of the base game houses, and you can get even like if you're home like Bream is fine. And you can't even make them that nice, so if you're looking for a nice home, just go to Solitude. Did I go back the wrong way? I think we have to continue up around here. So DLC would be high on my list, but as I said, I want your guys' input, so put in the comments things that you would like to see. Like, look at these rocks. They don't even like tone, even if they're more grey, maybe. I don't know, they look really stuck on to me. What's up here? I'm sure that message that we have to send to the Jarl isn't urgent, right? We can stop off at Bleak Falls Barrow. This place is massive, and for anyone that doesn't know, there's no duplicate like locations in Skyrim. Obviously dungeons and stuff have similarities, but there is no two locations are the same, no room in them that's the same. Nothing is like copy and paste, if you want to put it that way. They're all completely unique, so when you know that, I think it makes these kind of locations even cooler. An axe off. Who is better with their axe? I bet it's me. Oh. Beheaded. Okay, I'll stand still so you can. What it's gonna do? No damage, and it's only going to my armor. There's someone shooting from this direction too. Aha, there you are. Oh, back off the edge. Back off the edge. Did they die? Oh, no.
I can take you.
I'm sure everyone's so bored. They're like, she's spending so long to get them banded. But that's I normally run through Skyrim. I played it so many times. I know all the locations. You go here, you get that, you're in, you're out. But for this, for people who maybe are the same as me and rush through things, or for people that don't know about the game, I would like to like take it slower. I intend to read books. Again, this is something that we can change if you guys aren't enjoying it. But I never read the books. Obviously not like the random books or the skill books, but skill books that tell you about like the quests and more about like the characters that we meet and stuff. There's so much literature in Skyrim that I never ever look at. There's books that tell you random things, but like notes and journals and all those sorts of things, it just adds such a deeper level, and like saying that this is like a unique location and no other location looks like this, I think it just really adds appreciation to the game. And when I'm playing it on my own, I'm just rushing through it, as I said, but to really stop and look at all the little details and show you guys the little details and really like appreciate the game, this is what I'm trying to get out of doing this one here. See, like there's two guys up here, and I think if we sneak, we can probably listen into their conversation, and that is like never something I do. I always just run in here, even if I'm playing a sneaky character, just straight over and kill them. But let's see if we can listen to what they're going to say. Oh, they've already aggroed onto us. Maybe if we stay here and sneak them up. Oh. So much from that. And that's not going to like hinder the game, or oh wow, I have an arrow right in my face. Look at that. And it's gone, we're magically healed. It doesn't stop us doing the quest. It doesn't take away information that we need to complete the quest. It's not going to be harder with it. It's not that we're not going to understand it fully without it. It just adds a bit more interest, and it makes the quests a bit different as well, because I think a lot of the quests are go here and either kill someone or retrieve something The guild quests are a bit different because you have different motivations behind it, but they're essentially all that, and it's the storyline that sets them apart. Is like different quests. There's a couple of really unique quests that there's nothing like, but majority of quests are kind of similar in that you go somewhere and do something. Whether it's retrieve an item or killing someone. Is there anything up here? Nope. But it's the storyline around why you do it that really makes it interesting. That's just my opinion. Let me know down below not only suggestions for the series, but are you someone who likes to take time and listens to dialogue and stuff, or are you like me and you just run through it? If I'm doing something new, I'll kind of pay attention, but our sneak must be super bad because normally I can stop there and watch this guy for quite a while. I wonder if it's because I'm playing with like heavy armor. I usually never play with heavy armor. If I do, it's later on in the game. So if we'd have watched this guy, he would have went over to the lever and pulled it, and then those poison darts or arrows or whatever you want to call them would have killed him for us. So we have our first puzzle to work out here, and we can see that it's snake blank wheel. I'm gonna call it a wheel. We always have discussions in my house. Some of these, well, obviously a snake, but some of the animals are a bit more, what's the word I'm looking for? Anyway, the middle one you're meant to work out has fallen down here, and it is a snake as well. So snake, wheel. Like this one, I would say hawk, and then my friend would say just bird, and then my fiance calls it the eagle. So let's just double check we're right. Snake, wheel. And my fiance also says it's a dolphin, not a whale. So let me know down below what you call the animals in Skyrim. We have our first book, and we can tell that it is a skill book because the value is over 50. If we read it, it increases our... what did it increase our pickpocketing? I'm going to flick through the books that I don't read, so if you want to pause and read, you may, but because it is not directly linked to the quest, I'm not going to read it out loud because it is pretty long. Wow, this is so long. And there's hundreds of books in Skyrim. If we had to read them all, it would be crazy. And we're going to take it as well because, as I said, it's worth 60. Not we'll get that for it, but let's see what's in this chest. Some arrows and some gold. That was pretty bad. Here we have some skeevers, which are really gross rat things. And I have a cat called Turnip. And she is ugly. She is just an ugly cat. Anyone would say that. She's sweet in nature and she has really soft fur, but she is ugly. Can you guys hear someone calling out for help? So sometimes as a nickname, because we can't call, if we call her by her name, she knows we're calling her and she just comes. So if we're talking about her, she just like comes and she's like, what do you want, what do you want? So we use code names for her if we're talking about her, and Skeever is one of our favorite pet names for her because she is just so darn ugly. A big spider.
Get it away from me! Get it away! Kill it! Kill it! Don't let it get me! Help!
And there is the frostbite venom I was talking about last time. It's just poison that doesn't really do much. He done quite a lot of damage. I'm gonna check these urns before we continue because that's good to sell. Now, it said you have been poisoned. So let's go to active effects. Yeah, there's no... I don't know what the poison is meant to do to us, but... Right, let's go and talk to this guy.
You, over here. You did it. You killed it. Now cut me down before anything else shows up. Yes, the claw. I know how it works. The claw, the markings, the door in the Hall of Stories. I know how they all fit together. Help me down and I'll show you. You won't believe the power the Nords have hidden there.
I feel like Henry would be nice to begin with. We may corrupt his personality as he gets more experienced in life in Skyrim and realizes that really you have to be mean to succeed. But I feel like starting out, he would be a pretty decent guy. So, fine. Let me see if I can cut you down.
Sweet breath of Arcade, thank you.
And hopefully, if we use our big axe, we won't hurt him.
It's coming loose. I can feel it.
Right, Orville?
You fool. Why should I share the treasure with anyone?
So Orville is going to try to run and betray us, so we have no option. Wow, that was cool. And he has on him the Golden Claw and Orville's journal and nothing else. So we're going to read Orville's journal. And this is kind of linked. This is all it is. Normally the quest-related books are shorter. My fingers are trembling. The Golden Claw is finally in my hands, and with it, the power of the ancient Nordic heroes. That fool, Lucan Valerius, has no idea that his favourite store decoration was actually the key to Bleak Falls Barrow. Now I just need to get to the Hall of Stories and unlock the door. The legend says there is a test that the Nords put in place to keep the unworthy away, but that when you have the Golden Claw, the solution is in the palm of your hand. So that's a hint into how to use the Golden Claw. The answer is in the palm of our hands, and we will take that because I like taking and keeping things that are unique, and obviously people's journals and like quest related things like that are unique because you're only going to get them in that quest. And I know that watching me search for urns is not particularly entertaining to you guys, but we need to get some money to get ourselves up and going. Okay, and this is kind of like our first foray into a crypt-like situation. I'm going to sneak for as long as possible because, as we have noticed, our sneak is absolutely terrible. We can search him so we know he's already dead. It's pretty obvious to tell who the ones that are going to move is, and he detected me pretty much right away. I would say our big heavy armor is making a lot of noise. We might have to switch for some light armor pretty soon, because although I am two-handed, I do like to be like quite sneaky, pickpockety, and use archery sometimes. So we might keep this for the time being to get the levels in it and stuff, but if it becomes too hard to progress, then we will switch it out. Like, who is detecting us? He is asleep. There's nobody left, right? Well, you're not detecting us. At least we got a sneak increase out of it. He was a restless troller, so he was a little harder than our standard undead friends. These guys have already noticed us. Regular Draugr. Oh, that one I was looking at after me saying that's obvious. That one I looked at and looked away from did come alive. Normally they have more clothes on them when they come alive. This young lady seems to only have a little bit of cloth. This looks like there's somewhere a chest would be. But indeed, if we jump up here. I never put perks into lockpicking. Tell me if that's something that we should look into. To me, it doesn't really make a difference because I don't find it apart from Master's obviously tricky, but I never really find it that hard. To do like the higher levels, so there's no point in making Novice easier when it's already basically done for you. And Apprentice, which isn't much harder, you know, you have to put 4 or 5 perks into it before you start getting like the harder ones easier, and I don't think they're even like that hard that it's worth putting like 6 perks into it. But let me know. As I said, like I always do the same things. I play different characters, but like I never put perks into lockpicking. But that is something that you guys can kind of make suggestions on and help me out in. We can try new things and see how it goes. Okay, here's like another chamber looking place with some crypts in it, which is gonna open. And Mr. Jogger pops out. Let me check our timer. Oh no, where did it go? Oh, we have only 9 minutes left. We might get to the... We're not probably going to... Well, I don't know. I can't remember where we are. We'll get to like just before the final room, maybe, and then we'll quit and we'll leave the boss fight to start. The next episode with. And as I keep saying, like everything's up for comment, but like does half an hour long of a video work for you guys? Would you rather see 20 minutes or like a minimum of 30 that we could err on the side of towards 40 to get things done? Do you like them all to be like quite succinct in their time, like as close to 30 minutes either side as I can make it, or do you not mind if it's a bit shorter or a bit longer to like finish at a better point? As I said, only just started and I have no idea. My plant, a flower just fell off it and it scared the cat. We have a skeleton. He has bone meal and gold. We have a novice chest. After me saying novice was so easy. With 18 gold. A skeever, who I don't think we want to search, and an empty skeleton. I always stop using my stamina right before it ends because I feel like if you use it right up till there's like nothing left, it takes longer to regenerate. And I know that's probably like, not that it takes longer to regenerate, but it doesn't start, I feel like when it's empty it doesn't start regenerating like immediately, but like goes like 1, 2 and then starts regenerating. Take that, Mr. Draugr. You do have a cool sword, and it is slightly more powerful than ours, but I think for the time being I'm enjoying using the axe. See, there's an apprentice, like it's that easy. Why bother putting like 3 perks to make that easier? Maybe for making videos for you guys though it would be better, because if we have like a master lock or something, I'm probably not conscious of how long it takes me to do it when I'm not videoing and timing myself. So if it becomes an issue where it's taking me 3-4 minutes out of a 30-minute episode to like open a lock, then we might have to do something about it. We'll just walk right on through here. What's in this little offshoot? Resist cold. Nothing else. Here's some friends coming to play. One dread Draugr? 2 dead Draugr. That's a tongue twister. Someone should make up a tongue twister about dead Draugr. Harder to say than you would think. I don't think there's anything down here. You shot me. Take that. And for anyone who didn't know, because I didn't know this for the longest time, if you are either mage or archery based, if you shoot these like lanterns down, if they are above the oil, it will ignite the oil. If you're mage based though, I feel like you're just going to ignite the oil with some sort of flame spell. But if you're an archer, you can shoot those little lanterns down. Okay, so here we are at the door. This is clearly where we have to put the golden claw, and Arvel's journal said that the answer was in the palm of her hands. So if we go to the golden claw, bring it up and look at the palm of its hand, it's a bear, a moth and an owl. Again, what do you call these animals? I think bear and owl is pretty. Yes. But do we think it's a moth or a butterfly? I think it's a moth, judging by the wings. I feel like a butterfly would have like a bottom set of wings. Is that right? I probably sound really stupid right now. Okay. And you don't lose the golden claw once you do this. You kind of see it disappear, but it just goes back into your inventory, just like using a key would. Up the steps. Okay, so this is the main room, so we have a couple of minutes, so let's kill the boss, see how that goes, explore in here, and then we'll be able to call it quits at a nice round space when we get outside. Alright, I wonder if... okay, let's put this away. I want to see if I can get like a really cool shot of us here. No, it's just going to go black, isn't it? Let's look this way. That could be a good thumbnail, right? Who knows? And then if... so we absorbed some sort of ancient word power from this wall, which I'm sure we'll learn more about. And here is our big bad boss. Who, again, we don't mind taking a little bit of damage from, because it'll only level up our armor. Didn't do that, but it leveled up our... so he has this weird looking tablet. Oh, I never noticed that writing on the back. It has the same kind of writing on the wall, on the back of it, and then kind of like an engraving on the front. That's cool and unique, so we'll take that, and we'll take the gold. What was his sword? No, that's even with... well, we'll take it and disenchant it, get our enchanting up, but it's not as good, even with the enchantment, as our current weapon is. So we've got this chest. And again, we can disenchant these. And actually, I remember watching the first ever episode of Shirley Curry. If you don't know who she is an amazing 80-something, I want to say she is. A Skyrim YouTuber. And she is just hilarious and so funny and so easy to watch. And she was really kind of what I think inspired me to start this all off. But we've been watching her for years. And the first episode, she was so confused by in here. She had... I don't know if she'd played the game before or not, or just didn't remember, but she was so stuck in here. It took her like 3 episodes to get out of this one room, and she actually found these 2 hidden chests that I had been through here like 7-8 times previous, and never knew that either of them existed. And I think that's part of the beauty of like when you're doing the videos, to take them slow and like really explore, because when you are playing on your own, you are just like, right, okay, we got what we want, let's get out of here. So just interesting that those 2 chests, she got stuck in the river. I remember she like jumped in here and couldn't work how to get out, and it was so sweet and endearing, and I was just hooked on her from then. And I believe she's done maybe 6 different Skyrim series on her channel, and they have been varying in length, from hundreds of episodes to maybe 30 episodes in length. It was this that she couldn't work out, that we have to... this is like a little plunger thing that we have to use to get out of here. She's really sweet. Okay, now that I'm done fangirling about Grandma Shirley, we drop down here. One more chest, so we're getting quite a lot out of this. Hammers are cool, but as I say, I never really play with an axe, and I'm feeling the axe for the minute, so we are going to keep. I'm sure you're all shouting at the screen like, take the better weapons, but at the minute I don't think it's a big deal. And out we go. Perfect, my timer's saying about 20 seconds left, so when we get out here, I'm going to leave you with a final shot of Henry. And let's have a look at our map, actually, because as our location is oh, I know why it's doing that now. So we're heading to Whiterun now to talk to the Jarl. We've done our little bit of exploring, and we're going to head that way. It's going to tell us that we need to go into a cave around here somewhere, because I believe it is a pass through the mountain rather than having to go over the mountain, or maybe it's just taking us in the right direction. But I don't think it is. I know I said I was going to leave you, but let's go through this pass and see where it takes us out, because I really can't remember. There is like a sunken dock, and I'm sure, do you know what, we're going to leave it here, because I'm sure if we go down by that dock, well, there's a wolf for one thing. I'm sure we'll find maybe a mud crab, and there's like something weird going over there, maybe Nirnroot. And I think this is a very pretty way to end the video. Let's see if we can get Henry to turn right. I know this is like really unprofessional of me, you guys, but here we go. That's us for now. I'm going to kill this wolf, and I will see you back in the next episode. I hope you're all happy. I hope you're all healthy. Bye bye.